No cheer for the president.
I'm going to do Donahue all panel.
We're missing
Panelists. Hey everybody.
Oh, that's not good.
Probably not gonna work.
That's really not a wise choice. Everybody scooch.
We're scooching. Hi, everybody.
I'm going to write this down right now.
Y'all like the Thrilling and Adventure Hour? Hey.
Oh.
Cheers.
Do you guys like Matt Fraction also?
Hey everybody, my name's Matt. Thanks everybody.
You're
welcome. Hi. How's everyone doing? How's your Sunday? Yeah, you don't like Sunday? Let's panelists, please, because there are so many of you, and I can't actually see that far.
Yeah.
Introduce yourselves, and we'll get going. We'll get talking.
I'm Ben Acker. I write the show.
I'm taking your applause. I'm Ben Blacker. I also write the show.
Hi, I'm Molly Quinn. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Sorry. I don't know how to use these. My name is Molly
Every
Quinn.
month, this is how
I
it is.
voice Pimley Stalwark, among other things, something called Castle.
What?
Hi, I'm Annie Savage.
Hi, I'm Mark Gagliardi, and I play Croach the Tracker.
Oh, what? Wait, I play Dorothy Parker and the AI.
You had your chance.
Coming back this way?
I forgot to
You
say
had
what I
your
did in
chance.
case
You had
nobody
your
knew.
chance. You had your chance.
I'm Hal Lublin. I narrate the show, and I play Phil Fathom and Gummy.
Hi, I'm Craig Kikowski. I play Felton, Colonel TikTok, Banjo Bindle Stuff, Adventure Katir Patrick, and other characters.
Hi, I'm Paul Saborin, half of Paul and Storm, occasional musical guests, and your second favorite Paul here today.
Hi, I'm Storm. I am the Storm half of Paul and Storm as described previously.
I'm Mark Evan Jackson. I play Sparks Nevada Marshall on Mars.
The Bens. What is Thrilling Adventure Hour?
How do you mean?
What isn't
we
Thrilling Adventure Hour?
were talking backstage, and I know sort of the origin of the show as writers. You wanted to both give yourselves reasons to have deadlines to produce, to keep working, and to give material to your wonderful, talented, and funny friends to come make you laugh in your living room. That is the short version? Am I wrong?
That is the short version. Yeah, I mean, it was on top of that, learning to write for an audience, learning to write for actors. All kinds of things went into the reason we created the show.
Playing with genres that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is it, by the way? The short answer is it's a stage show in the style of old-time radio. It's also a podcast on the Nerdist network, for anyone who doesn't know.
And a graphic novel.
And a graphic novel.
And a line of coffee.
It's a floor wax and a dessert topping. You are not, you told me the other night, other Ben, that you are not actually old-time radio fans.
Oh my God, this is where it comes out.
That you are fake geek guys who have been pretending
Yes.
at
Absolutely.
and so that this, why did it take this shape? Why did it take this form? Was it to give yourself access to all the different genres?
It was a little access. It was also not as daunting an ask for our friends because they didn't have to memorize anything. They can hold scripts in their hands. And we don't dislike old-time radio. We just don't have any kind of encyclopedic knowledge of it or anything. And we weren't willing to learn.
We did the show for a couple of years, and then we did a deep dive into what is old-time radio, and realized, the thing that we had been writing was our notion of what it was. Kind of had the nostalgia
It could
of
be
it.
way better without nostalgia.
Right.
So basically old-time radio, but without the racism or incandescent dislike
Usually.
and distrust of women.
To date.
Our show's super racist.
Minimal racism.
Our show is racist to people from Jupiter, I think.
Filthy
I'm sorry,
Jeeps.
people.
Jupes.
Jupiterians?
I'll say it, Jupes.
Jupes is the offensive term.
Blue skin is also an offensive term.
I think we all just need to check our privilege up here, and this is really important as a learning experience for all of us. Like wave of actors and voice actors. What is it like being a part of this? As it is kind of over the last really couple of years, it seems like it's exploded and into different audiences, places, sizes, scales, beverages. Just what are your experiences with it? How, just as actors, when you get a new email from one Ben or the other with an attachment, what goes through your head, and how does the process of putting this out into the world go?
Well, it's commonly known as the Muppet Show backstage, and I think that's probably the best way to describe our group, because, I mean, as an actor, for me personally, and hopefully for the others, it's as much fun as it is a challenge. Like, you're given something and you give it a shot with a crazy voice or a weird intention that maybe was or wasn't, from the writers, and I don't know. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and then if we get a chance to rehearse,
if we get a chance to rehearse.
If we get a chance to rehearse.
Which we don't.
A lot of shows we don't rehearse. Last night's Night Vale Thrilling Adventure mashup was
Did any of you attend that?
Were you
by the
there?
way? You had a good time?
yeah, we were reading that like right before we opened the show.
The reason the show started at 8:20 is we were rehearsing till 8:19.
Yeah.
And we actually stopped before the end of the
We
script.
finished
were like,
rehearsing at
Ben goes,
intermission.
Guys, we're not going to get to the end of this script because we have to go do this script.
So
And
we
like,
were all
"Okay, let's do
surprised.
it."
Yeah.
It's 100% true.
I want to say a quick thing about one thing I love about being an actor in this show is, and I think most of us up here, or all of us up here, have had the chance to play a combination of small characters and a character with a through line. So for me, I love seeing what happens to Croach the Tracker from month to month and how that character grows and changes. But also it's fun to have, and in addition to that, you're gonna do 2 lines as Queen Victoria, or, just like a couple of little things to, palate cleansers that you can just kind of screw around with and play with a funny voice.
Yeah.
So it's a nice combination of those things.
For me, the Thrilling Adventure Hour is it's an exclusive club for super, super cool people. And that's how I look at it. And I feel like I'm very much still in the tryout phase.
You're a freshman.
I'm
You're still a freshman.
Yeah. Well, no. What I mean, no. It's great. You have to earn your place. So since I'm not in every show, when I would get that email, hey, do you want to be in the show, or hey, you are in this show type
Or
of
hey,
thing.
do you want to come to Seattle?
Exactly. Or hey, do you want to come to Seattle? I get
You
so
have a car.
excited. That's why they have me come, because I have a car.
You're like, that's 80% of all drummers in bands because they
Well,
have
I'm
a
the
truck.
DD. That's my job. No, yeah, okay. So
Well, actually, I have a question.
I still get butterflies. So when I do get these emails, I get so excited because I love working with Annie and with Mark and with Jackson and with Craig and with Hal and with, Storm and with all these guys.
Not Paul.
Not Paul. Not Paul.
Apparently, Mark, you and I are.
See, they still hate me.
The omissions
It's
were
amazing.
conspicuous.
Molly, we're right over here. We can hear you.
I can't see you. If I
There's
can't
no
see
we.
you.
She said Jackson. There's no we.
I still
I'm at
get
the Royal.
hazed by these guys. I've been here for 9 years. I still get hazed.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fun, and you get to
don't haze you,
explore
Angie.
as an actor. And I'm talking.
Oh, snap.
Still?
When
She's
did you
earned
get
her
lucky?
place.
All right,
Actually,
I'm
I
done.
don't-
It's really cool, and I love being a part of it when I am, invited to be a part of it. And it's the best thing on the face of the planet.
I have a question, a follow-up. Molly, do you enjoy it when you're invited?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to be polite.
Is
Yes.
that when?
Do you not enjoy it when
When
you're
I'm not
invited?
invited, I get very jealous and upset because I think you guys don't like me anymore.
Is there anyone you don't particularly enjoy working with as much as everybody else on this stage?
No
Who's
comment.
the worst?
No comment.
Oh, do we each get a vote?
Actually, I want to know. In your Muppet Show paradigm, who's the scooter?
Who's this scooter?
You mean the
We
person
haven't
organizing
really-
stuff?
I would say you or our director, Aaron Ginsberg.
Aaron's clearly Kermit.
Yeah.
Aaron's the Kermit? Okay.
Yeah, our director, Aaron Ginsberg, would be Kermit.
Yeah, Aaron Ginsberg, who directs all of our shows at Largo in Los Angeles, is definitely the Kermit the Frog, trying to keep everything together, trying to keep it on schedule. And I just keep running up, interrupting him, telling him that, Fozzie put his head in a bucket and can't get it out. That's
John
Hal.
DiMaggio
That's
is
Hal.
Animal.
Oh, yeah.
DiMaggio
I just wanted to touch you.
I'm John Cleese.
Oh, classy, classy.
Your
Other Ben,
guest star, Maria Muldaur.
other Ben, how did the graphic novel come about? How did the big thrilling adventure hour book happen? As it is ostensibly a comic convention. Tell us about that. How did you find making that leap into the world of?
Oh, it was great. We had been thinking about it for a while, and then Kickstarter became the one true way, and we wanted to do it desperately, and the fans, it turned out, wanted us to do it desperately, and we got to do this amazing graphic novel. Pick it up at the
It
arcade
looked
booth.
and read far better than it had any right to, and I hate you a little bit for it.
Thank you.
And the package is so beautiful. I got it, and I was like, oh God.
That's all we were going for.
First off, yeah, my coffee is terrible, and now this is. I would love to get questions going too from you guys, because it's going to be way more interesting than anything I have to say. So there's a mic here. If anyone in the audience wants to, and over
And there's one there,
there,
too,
if anyone wants to start a question queue, so we don't have any kind of
Oh.
downtime.
Oh, we got one.
We got one. Right, let me get one more while more people kind of line up. Let me get one more going. Again, for the I went to an arts conservatory, and I was a filmmaker, and sort of loved actors and loved just hanging. I would fall. I was so easily entertained. I felt like a rube. I felt like I just how'd you do that? I get that idea of just wanting to let's play what if. Okay, now you do this and you do that and all that. If you could switch parts on the show, if you could be be in any of the ones you haven't been, what would you want to do? Where do you want to go as actors? Very serious actors. What do you want to do on Thrilling Adventure Hour that you haven't gotten a chance to do yet?
This is helpful to us as well.
I'll jump in. I would love to play a Jupiter spy. Because we all got to do there was this past Christmas special, wasn't it? There was a Jupiter, Christmas on Jupiter, and we all came out at the end. Spoiler, cover your ears, kids, if you don't want to hear it. We all came out as Jupiter spies. It was fun to sort of play that character.
buddies.
Yeah. Hi, my buddies! Doing that stuff was really fun, so it'd be a cool challenge.
I wouldn't mind taking a crack at Philip Fathom.
Next.
But there are two things. I wouldn't mind being Frank Doyle, and I wouldn't mind being Philip Fathom. I'm not.
I think everybody
capable
wants
of
to be
doing
Frank
either.
Doyle. I think it's men want to be Frank and women want to be with Frank. I think that's the appeal of Frank Doyle.
Women just want to be Sadie.
I know, right?
But Hal is able to do. I could do Philip Fathom in a studio where you're this close to the mic and you're able to whisper. To do it projected is impossible, and I still don't know how Hal does it. And a number of us have tried, back 1,000 years ago, we used to rehearse, and on occasion, Paul F. Tompkins wouldn't be able to be there. And one of us, just for the sake of the script and the read-through, would try to read Frank, and none of us can. There is one Frank Doyle on this planet, and he's not in Seattle.
Yeah. Same with Paget. I would always think I'm doing a really good job in the rehearsal. I'm like, oh, I'm nailing it. And then she would be at the show, and I'd be like, I'm the worst. How do you
I want to
do
take
that?
a crack at Sadie Doyle.
It's,
I could
do
play
it.
Sadie.
It's
A
fun
gender
because you get to-
flopped episode of
I don't think that's what
is
he means.
the worst adventure hour. Let's take everything you love and just get rid of it.
All right.
Well,
minor
spoiler.
spoilers, yeah.
Oh, really? Are you what? Wow.
See, you could write an episode, Matt.
Yeah, but not a good one. Question there, you are.
Hi.
Hi.
I love your show, duh. So since it's more of an audio radio thing, there's a lot of artistic renditions of characters, and I have done a few. I was wondering if there are any characters that haven't been done yet that you're like, I want to see someone take a crack at it.
Pimley.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's never been a Pimley, and I want her to have freckles.
okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Hear him.
Slight
And
really
a
hear him.
scar. She needs like a scar, not a big
Yeah.
scar, but like a little
Like a
she
rough
got
one.
nicked. You
She's
know, like,
seen
oh,
stuff.
God.
Yeah.
She has. Yeah.
Follow up. Are there any favorite ones that just made you laugh out loud or weird?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
renditions?
What was there one that you ever? Is it what's the hardest to get through? What is the one that did anybody break? Or you guys just kind of through that? Do you have trouble keeping it together? How
For characters during
just,
the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
well, I've cracked a few times. I've done Dorothy Parker. Have you guys heard the Dorothy Parker? So for those of you that don't know, it's the Algonquin Four, like the Fantastic Four, but 4 members of the Algonquin Round Table. And Dorothy Parker takes the position of the Thing. And for the voice, it's a combo of the Thing, the Hulk, and Bizarro. So it sounds like...
Wrong audience, Annie.
Here we go.
They don't get it.
Dorothy Parker smash!
I wanted to say on like the artistic renditions of characters. There's a kid named Hardy that comes to the show a lot and builds Lego versions of the characters. He's what, about 10?
Not even. I think he might be 9.
Maybe
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And I was really upset that he didn't bring a Croach. And then so the next month he brought one like gift wrapped for me. And it's awesome. He's green and he has 6 arms and like one of them has a gun in it. I'm like, this version of Croach is awesome.
I knew he was green.
Yeah.
Not canon. It's not canon.
In terms of breaking, probably when I break the most, and I hate doing it, is at the top of Beyond Belief. Just sometimes Paul or Paget do something that breaks me, and I've gotten them back, I think, once during like it was either Valentine's Day or Halloween. It was whichever one where where it was revealed the narrator was a Will-o'-the-Wisp, and I was at their mic, and then I had to exit, but I kept, I did a. And they were turned around, and as I passed them, I heard Paget go. So I consider that even Stevens.
Yeah.
Visually, I don't know if have we seen a version of what Jib Janine looks like?
We do.
We have.
We have?
A couple.
Yeah, well, I haven't.
You drew it?
You did the Jib Janine?
Super Purple. All right.
I'd love a propaganda poster for the Jupiter Spies, though. Would be awesome.
Dirty Jupes.
And in terms of breaking, not my finest moment was trying to get through the Sparks Nevada theme with Paul F. Tompkins as Jib Janine next to me, inserting madness. My favorite of which was when I got to the part of the song when I said, "I'm from Earth." He goes, "So what?" Which, after that, the song was a disaster. It was mostly breathing.
If you're on stage with Paul when he's doing the Jupiter Spy, you have very little chance to get through it without breaking.
Yeah, guy.
And if you're backstage with Josh Molina, you have very little chance of getting out to stage on time or anything because he is constantly breaking us. Not like cracking up on stage, breaking us, just breaking us as people.
Psychologically, like a
I'll be
torturer.
standing backstage, and his favorite thing is to just walk past anyone that's holding a script as they are seconds from walking on stage and just go flap and knock it on the floor. And there's no covers on the script, so you just
Sometimes
have
the
pages
page
everywhere, and you're gathering up torn pages and running out on the stage.
So Ben and Ben, do you know how headers and footers work in Final Draft to help your cast?
We write it all longhand.
Oh, great. Like a
100%
scroll.
longhand.
Yeah.
Excellent. Over here we go.
Hi. So I was one of the film students that you told not
Yes,
to
we
go
saw
to
you
film.
last night.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You
asking
told
a
us not to go
question.
to film. So I was wondering, in your experiences, what's the difference between working in television and working on the Thrilling Adventure Show, and what you like and dislike about the two?
Aside from cameras.
Aside from the visual element. We don't get notes for the Thrilling Adventure Hour. It's kind of great. What you see on stage and hear on the podcast is precisely the show that Ben and I want to make. I think that's the big difference.
Yeah, there's no studio, there's no network.
Yeah.
And we get bigger names on our show. No offense, Supernatural.
That is true.
Hi, all my buddies.
Hi, buddies.
You guys did a great show last night. This is for Ben Squared. In one of the first Captain Laserbeam episodes, one of the Adventure-Keteers reveals that she's at a girl, and it never comes back. Is it going to come back?
Of course it will.
Everything
When?
comes back.
October.
Sure. I mean,
Is that
for
real?
real?
Is that real?
For real?
Any other requests?
Oh, I would love requests. Anyone asking a question, please make a request as well. We're almost out of stories.
I want to hear the Mark sing.
Right now?
Yes.
What about Paul and Storm?
Them too, everyone.
What song?
One of
Work
ours?
Juice theme, of course.
I mean, they
We can
know
close it
all
out.
sorts of songs.
That's how we close
Or
the
they
show.
could do Call Me Maybe.
Oh.
Done.
Here's my
Those are the two
number.
options.
So call
A
me.
to B and back again.
Are they singing Call Me Maybe?
Next question.
Thank you.
Look, we just met you.
And
Hey.
this is crazy.
This is
Drop out of
crazy.
film school.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We were at the Welcome to Night Vale mashup last night, and it was so amazing. And I was just wondering if there were any more crossovers or matchups in the future.
There are some in. Yeah, you guys liked it. There are
So
some
me
in the
with This
past.
American Life or.
As a matter of fact, Matt, we announced earlier this week or last week that we're returning to New York on May 10th, and tickets are available. And Ira Glass will be appearing in that
Ira Glass,
show.
famous Chicagoan Ira Glass.
Yes.
Stop
Do you have
segueing,
any,
you guys.
speaking of Chicago, you guys are going to be at C2E2.
Guys, we're gonna be at C2E2.
Exclusive
Let's
announcement.
go to Chicago.
Come
They're
to
driving.
Chicago, and almost all of these people will be with us. Paul and Storm can't make it. Annie can't make it.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Anyone not here appearing in Chicago?
Maybe.
Question mark.
maybe. We'll be making some cast announcements and stuff like that.
Billy D.
so
Williams.
Visit, I wish.
Peter Mayhew.
Visit our website, thrillingadventurehour.com, and
Did we answer that question?
we'll tell you all about Chicago. There are more crossovers planned in the past. We did one with Super Ego, which was so much fun.
And This American Wife.
This American Wife was great. Yeah, as Ben and I kind of discover stuff that we like, we often seek those people out and go, hey, do you want to team up? And that's pretty much how it happened with Night Vale. And that's
Yeah, you found them first, you guys.
It was him.
Ben credits me with breaking Night Vale, and I agree.
Well, thank you from all of us. Good job.
But like that's how a lot of the comic book stuff happened too. Is like we find artists that
Find
we
geniuses
really like.
and
Yeah.
they have them execute
Absolutely.
on stellar
Put 'em to work.
levels of talent. That's great.
Sex Criminals crossover.
Done. Frank, Sadie, John, Susie, get to it. The strangest thing is, that would kind of be great. That should be amazing, right?
Don't make the subtext text.
Hi.
Hi.
Loved the show last night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Two, I hope, quick questions. First, what delineates somebody from going from being a guest star to a work juice player? So Josh Molina, and does Molly ever have a shot? And,
We're just playing.
and also, are we ever
going?
going to hear from the Tales from the Black Lagoon storyline
Thank
again?
you. That's my favorite story we've done.
October.
It's over. It's done.
We would love to. We love playing with that whole Hollywood noir thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a question of, it doesn't quite fit into the regular live show as it once did. So finding the right means by which to do it, and we certainly have stories that we want to tell in that world. Work juice player slots are closed, so someone has to die before Molly can do one.
Then they will it to someone else.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
But,
right.
well, you can also
Annie's
Macbeth
about
it.
to have a,
Right, what about
a
eBay?
baby. Maybe you want to retire.
Yeah.
Usurper.
Can I
Thank you very
actually
much.
ask a question of Paul and Storm down there at the end, because I'm a big fan of Paul and Storm. How did you guys fall into the thrilling adventure orbit?
Mutual friends on Twitter, I think was how we started and
Yeah.
met the Bens, and we tour through Los Angeles every so often, and the timing worked out a couple of Christmases ago where we were going to be around, and they asked if we would be willing to sing, and we were like, duh.
Yeah.
So the answer is, for you people out there, if you want to meet your heroes, just stalk them on Twitter and online, and eventually it'll all work out.
Yeah, that's what I did with Night Vale. I just stalked Joseph Fink until he put me on the show. It works.
All right, Molly Quinn, you win.
Broke him down.
We recently, Paul and Storm invited us on the Joko cruise last month.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Which some of you guys were on. Thanks for
I was just, tell.
Yeah, it was the most fun, and Ben and I, we wrote a new piece of the show for it, which we'll be putting out eventually. But Paul and Storm and
October?
Colton, probably October.
It's a busy month.
But Paul and Storm and Colton, of whom Ben and I are big fans, wrote these unbelievable songs for this new piece of show that was on the cruise. And so getting to collaborate with people who we respect has been one of the most satisfying parts of doing this show.
And that was sort of how we met, was all sort of twittering and social media-ing at each other and stuff. So.
Yeah.
We can hear you guys.
Hi.
Oh, I messed up. I'm sorry. I'll get you next, I swear.
Arm wrestle for it.
Same time.
Sorry. One, two,
Hi.
three.
Hey.
So I was at the documentary film that I watched the documentary film that you did on Friday. The video of
The concert film?
Yeah, the concert film. Is there any more plans to do any more of that? Because I loved that. That was really fun. And even if I had to stay until like 10:30, that was great. I really loved that. And I also wanted to say, Molly, I love you in Castle. It's like one of my favorite shows ever. So, yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to work on releasing that concert film before we start talking about doing more of them. I think we as a group would love to do more of them. Is that right, guys?
Do it every day.
Sure.
Great.
How did you find working in 3D IMAX?
There's a lot of Gagliardi coming at you.
What?
Yeah, so we're working on releasing that, and we're working with a company called New Wave, who does a lot of comedy specials and stuff like that. So it will be available somewhere this year, is the idea.
October.
I'm looking directly at our producers, who, yes, he's nodding, this year. And for people who want to watch it or download it, and the Kickstarter backers will also be getting their copies this year, and it's going to have lots of extra footage on it. And then, yeah, we would all love to do more, so we're trying to figure out a means by which to do that, where we don't have to ask our fans for more handouts.
We should do like Halloween and Christmas specials.
Ooh.
All right.
Interesting
I
idea.
like
in
that.
October.
Yeah, we'll do them both in October.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's going to be a long show.
I'd watch
in
Yumbo
October.
the Halloween elephant.
Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to say, first of all, I love Pamela. I think she's a great character. Are there any voices that you guys have ever been nervous about, like the first time you do them on stage? Or are there any stories that you guys have written that you've been kind of nervous about how it was going to play out, if it was going to go over as well as you imagined it in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The first time I ever did Gummy, I was really worried because if you know from where the voice comes, then just what the inspiration of it was, just sound-wise, then you know it could come across hella racist, even though it's not intended to be that at all. So that was, I think I even talked to Acker about it, I'm sure, like being concerned, like, are people going to be into this, or will they be offended by it? But it worked out, so.
Yeah. I remember when we first did, when we did the Tales from the Black Lagoon, Acker had shown me the script, and it's very written as very much a noir thing, and he said, think Robert Mitchum for this. So like sort of a noir Robert Mitchum kind of, like The Dame Walked In, that kind of sort of voice. And I was like, I want to try something with this guy. I have no idea if it'll work, and I think it worked, which was the just making him real dumb and just earnest and from the South with kind of a high-pitched voice. I was like, I want to do exactly the opposite of that, of the Robert Mitchum thing. And he was like, all right, try it out. And I feel like it worked, so it was like, oh, thank God.
Let's hear it.
Hear it.
Of all the things I learned in Hollywood, the most valuable by far is that truth is stranger than fiction.
And that was like the opposite of noir.
Well, that was it was exactly the opposite. And he said, I remember vividly, Gagliardi saying, well, you already wrote the Robert Mitchum into it, so I don't have to do that. It's the first thing they teach you in drama school.
How to talk
So
like Robert Mitchum.
I got my first lesson in
Drama school.
in actors acting in that first episode, and that was all we ever learned from them.
It was first and last lesson.
Question for Craig.
Nice.
What is it like? What? What is it like to shoot drunk history?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're actually shooting season 2 right now. I got the day off on Friday. And season 2 will premiere in June. We're doing 30 days of shooting, so 10 episodes. It's pretty much as much fun to be in as it looks like. Every day I'm in a different beard, different wig, different historical era. And Gags is famously the original drunk history storyteller from the web videos and appears in the TV series as well. Paget was a drunk storyteller last year and will be another one this year. We have amazing guest stars. I don't think I can
do it.
I don't think I can spoil any of them.
Is it hard? Because the lip sync is impeccable.
They play the playback of the drunk storyteller over and over and over on set, so you get it stuck in your head. And I'm pretty good at just like hearing the nuances in the exact way. But it drives the crew crazy because I'm like, can I listen to it just one more time? But thanks for watching. I love doing that show, and season 2 will start in June.
That's awesome. It's very creative, very entertaining.
And did you guys film inside of Paget's closet, her amazing wardrobe again? I think that was maybe the weirdest location. The weirdest thing I learned from Drunk History was
It's an entire room.
she has like killed a family of pimps and took their clothes.
That could be
Paget's
like a
closet
master
looks
bedroom.
pretty much like what you would expect Paget's closet to look like.
I thought
It's like
for a
the
second it had
Batcave,
all
like you
been
hit a
sets.
button
I
and
thought
it's
it was like,
spinning.
oh, this is all a gag. They built these sets for this. Isn't really where they live. This isn't really their house. This is,
No,
these
Oh,
are
that's
jokes.
their house.
This is a joke set. And no, there
At
was-
one point
no.
she says to Derek, "Would you like to try on my grandmother's Halston?"
And he does.
And he does.
He puts it on.
Hi, I have a two-part question. First, you guys have a history of bringing in such great collaborators like Ryan Johnson, Ed Brubaker, Super Ego. Can you share with us someone that we can look forward to joining in? And the other question is, you have such a great spread of genres. Is there a genre that you haven't tackled yet that you would like to?
Good question.
Great question.
And pornography.
We are always asking writers that we like to contribute
Like Glenn Gould.
episodes.
Like Glenn Gould writes
Yeah,
for you
like
guys regularly.
Glenn David Gould, who's an incredible novelist, wrote our dumb show. So yeah, we've asked Matt. Jen Van Meter will be writing an Amelia Earhart that I think for next month. We're excited about that. You'll see a
Greg
couple.
Ruck has promised us a Philip Fathom.
That's right.
Let's hold his feet to the fire on
A
that.
Greg Rucka Philip Fathom? How great would that be? We have a couple podcasts coming out in the next month or so. Len Wein, creator of Wolverine and Swamp Thing and 100 other characters, wrote a Beyond Belief episode that was great. As did Douglas Petrie, who is a writer for Buffy and a bunch of great things. American Horror Story this year. Wrote one that'll be coming out soon.
Those are all coming in October, is it?
October's going to be a busy month.
I just for a second forgot that I was moderating. It was just a fan listening, and I thought to myself, "Man, that's going to be great. Like this is good. I'm so glad I'm hearing this. This is awesome." I just completely.
And as for pieces we want to do, we have a Tarzan take that we'll do someday, probably October, and there's like the Bing and Bob road movies. There's a take on that we're toying with.
What are the genres you are worst at? What is the one that what is the one that you hate writing? Each of you. What is the worst for you to write? Like the one that you would never. Your last choice of the kickball team.
Like any kind of actual history, like a researchy history, like a political, we would be terrible at a West Wing, just the politics of it.
Anything with actual research.
Yeah.
A political thriller, a medical thriller that doesn't have werewolves.
Oh yeah, look forward to Dr. Werewolf.
I have tried. I have tried literally for 8 years to get Marvel to let me do Werewolf by Night Nurse, where she's a nurse who can't figure out why her ward is filled every morning with bite wounds, and then at night she goes out and bites everybody, and they think I'm joking, and I'm absolutely not, and so I'm sharing it with you. Thank you.
Please write it for our show.
Done.
Listen,
Done.
next time you're
there you go. We got our thing. We got our. I got my.
Next
I got
time
my
Hawkeye
Beyond Belief.
needs a filler issue.
I should. I might as well. Great, because I've not told enough stories about dogs. Yes.
I'm just wondering if we're going to be seeing any Moonshine Holler anytime soon.
Good question.
I don't know. Hal and Craig,
I'm sorry?
do you guys want to do it again?
Gummy, it's not the hobo way for a segment to disappear for so long, is it?
Apple pie, shuri!
Moonshine Holler, we love seeing performed, but it is one of the hardest pieces to crack. There's no real formula to it, as there is for some of the others, or we can't just kind of lean on, what can we do to Mark Evan Jackson this week in it. So it's one of the harder ones to crack. We do have one banked that we haven't podcast yet, because we've been doing it out on the road, and it's a difficult piece. It's the Hamlet.
It's in iambic pentameter, yeah.
Yeah, it's in iambic pentameter.
These jerks wrote a segment in iambic pentameter.
Research bums you out, but iambic pentameter, that's cool.
For a show that we don't rehearse, we have said we do not rehearse this show, and they're like, try this one, jerks.
We didn't call you jerks, probably.
Yeah.
You call us jerks.
I mean, it's implied.
Do this here?
I will see you backstage, Mark.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that one will be coming. We're going to do it in LA and record it at some point soon.
October.
No, sooner than October.
Thrilltober.
For sure.
Very late September, early October.
Might be
But maybe Chicago, there'll be a Moonshine Holler. There's a strong hobo fan base there.
Well, it's a train town, so.
Right.
I think we've like 2.5 minutes left, so one last question. If somebody's got a killer one, go for it, because this is it. And then the song, and then coffee, work juice.
Can we look forward to seeing a crossover between the segments?
No.
Ben says absolutely not.
Oh, that's what fan fiction is, right?
That's all my fanfic is Sparks meeting Frank and Sadie. Oh, I can't publish it. I'm sorry. It's not canon.
It's not ready.
Well, for
It'll never be ready.
for the opening of our 9-year anniversary
right.
show, we opened the show with just a mess of characters. Everybody had we all came out as characters, and the characters changed, and there was. I still don't remember
did
how.
we podcast this song?
We did.
Speaking as a fan, that was outstanding. That's,
Thank you.
And then also, there's a non-canon episode. It was the last show we did at M-Bar, which was sort of our version of like, I call it like the Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, because it's all these characters that have lived in separate
High
worlds
compliments.
that all cross
High
over.
compliments.
And there are now GIFs of that available on Tumblr. Just the last part.
Hal, are you selling them?
I'm just saying, if you went to Tumblr, you might find some great pictures of Mark and Mark from the end of that episode.
Yep.
In a full embrace.
That's true.
A full lip embrace.
Full lip embrace.
The internet is closed.
I mean, we're talking deep web, but you can find it.
I think Colonel TikTok, we have a lot of crossover. So if you, I don't think Sparks or Frank and Sadie are crossing over, but all of the middle segments, the crazy pop-up segments that we do, like Colonel TikTok can go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, and we use Kay, Paul's
And Kay.
mischievous Mixelplick character, to connect the.
Oh, wait, you could do a. All right, I'll pitch you that later. After I ruin the werewolf thing, I'll pitch you on that. Panel, would you like to lead the audience in the song? Shall we wrap it up?
Should we talk about the coffee first?
Oh yeah,
we're at coffee at 2 to 3.
From 2 to 3, out in Freeway Park, which is right out here. There's actual Work Juice brand coffee that you can get for free that they are giving away. It's not raining today, so it'll be out there.
Actually legit, like the slogan in the show.
And it's
the
good,
most
right?
caffeine-dense, legally available coffee.
And it's really good. We really like. It's from Cafe Vita, who is a Seattle-based coffee company. You guys know. They're great, and
you won't sleep until Tuesday.
Yeah, they're so awesome. So we're hoping to do more stuff with them, but that means you guys got to go drink the coffee.
2 to 3. All right.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to lead the audience?
Please want to lead the audience.
Anthem?
Jackson, you want to lead us in with your line?
From the oral tradition to the oral tradition, one of the many fine distinctions available from Work Juice.
What greets America with each new morn? A steaming cup of rise and shine. What tastes the best and costs the least, and keeps the wheels of progress free.
I'm going to be
that what you guys are in?
We're in like 20 different keys.
Work juice, 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 work juice. It moves the masses marching proud and strong in the greatest nation in the land. It spurs the worker bee to thrive.
And keeps the queen bee in the hive.
We sip you 'neath the spacious skies, sweet juice of liberty. We grind thy bees with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, work juice, we praise thy name. 'Tis you that molds us from the clay. Oh, work juice, mighty work